Hey guys, it's Kit.Nicole and I'm back with another, I guess, random video for Operation Christmas Child. Today's video is actually about what not to send in your shoeboxes. I'm going to start off with just reading what is on the official Operation Christmas Child website, and then I'm going to get into a plethora of questions that I sent to them, just to clarify some things and whatnot. And yes, so again, this is for 2022. If you are from the future and watching this, try to make sure you take a look at the website and any related videos for the year that you currently live in, because this is a little bit older, might be some outdated information. Okay, and again, this is for the Canadian shoeboxes. If you are from another country, use this for information purposes only. Again, check your local office website for what to include and what not to include. All right, now for my visually impaired viewers, I am going to be reading straight from the website. So first off, I'm going to start with just a quick question. As part of my email list, I asked if there was any prominent changes to the Do Not Send list for 2022. And the response I got was no, there are no changes to the list. It is still pretty consistent from the year before. Now, onto the website, what is actually on there. So for them, what they list as do not include is candy, toothpaste, used or damaged items, war-related items such as toy guns, knives, or military figures, chocolate or food, fruit rolls or other fruit snacks, drink mixes, powdered or liquid, liquids and lotions, medications or vitamins, breakable items such as snow globes or glass containers, and aerosol cans. They also say, please do not pack repurposed medicine bottles or used food containers or boxes when packing items or shoe boxes. So with that being said, let's take a look at the can this go in my shoebox frequently asked questions. So first off, it says, are playing cards allowed? Card games with animals, numbers, or letters can be included in your shoebox gifts. However, poker cards or face cards, so the king, queen, jack, ace, are not allowed, as the countries we ship to have asked us not to send them as they can cause challenges in their communities. How about little toys like spiders, bugs, snakes, etc.? All of those are allowed. There's no issues with those. Can we include batteries? Yes, batteries can be included in your shoe boxes. If you're including flashlights, please include them in, or say toys or anything else that kind of lights up or whatnot. It's good to include extra batteries as well. Now, it's not listed on their website, but I know as a tip, if you are taking batteries out of the packaging, you should actually put tape off like the ends of maybe some electrical tape or something like that, just so you're not causing accidental sparks in the box. Okay, next up, can videos, CDs, and DVDs be included? Yes, all of these may be included in your shoebox gifts. However, keep in mind that the children may not have a DVD player or CD player available. So it is include in at your own discretion. Can we include paint sets or glue bottles? No, both items are liquid and can't be included in your shoebox gifts. However, dry paint sets, such as powdered paint sets or glue sticks, are okay to pack. And again, that also includes watercolor paints. Can we include toolkits with nails, screws, screwdrivers, and hammers? Yes, the only tools that can't be included are saws or pocket knives. Are scissors okay? Yes, scissors are absolutely okay to include. Can items with camouflage be included? If the child can wear or use the items without looking like a soldier, they are okay to include in your shoebox gifts. So items like camouflage pencils, notebooks, cups, socks, or underwear are okay, and it doesn't matter, any camo colors is fine. However, other camouflage items like hats, t-shirts, pants, shorts, or backpacks, again, any camo colors, could make the child look like a soldier, and so those items are not appropriate. Are squirt guns allowed? Squirt guns can be included as long as they do not look like real guns. Brightly colored squirt guns are great to pack in your shoebox gift. So that might answer a question for some of you. Can glow sticks go in shoebox gifts? Yes, glow sticks are okay to pack in your gift. If the tube breaks, the liquid does not spill out and can't damage other items. Now, I know glue sticks are a bit questionable, and yeah, my one just went out. Here is a glow stick that I actually got recently. I did use it. Glow sticks are nice and thick, so even if the inner tube breaks, in order to break the outer tube, you're actually going to have to cut it. Now, I know some people don't like including these because they're considered a one-time use. They glow for about 12 to 24 hours and then they're done. But I know glow sticks are quite fun, and especially if you can wear them as like a bracelet or a necklace. It's been a while since I've had a glow stick, and I have to say, even though this one is done and finished, the color still looks good. And honestly, I'm now feeling I would be okay including glow sticks, because even after the glowing is done and finished, they still look good. It's still a toy item. You look at toy jewelry, it's just for fun, just for play, and it looks pretty. So I have no qualms about including these in shoe boxes anymore. Can we include wet wipes? Yes, wet wipes do not have enough liquid to spill out into the shoebox and are okay to include in your gift. And if the wet wipe somehow, for some reason, does dry out, it's not hard to reconstitute it and make it usable again. Can rubber balls be included if they have liquid glitter inside? And the answer is no. These would be considered inappropriate because of the liquid. Those rubber balls aren't as thick as, say, a glow stick. So if it gets really, really squished, it is going to break and burst, and we don't want that. Is lip gloss okay to pack in a shoebox gift? And the answer is lip gloss is liquid and can't be included. However, chapstick, lip balm, or lipstick can go. Can I include toothpaste in my shoebox? And the answer is no. Toothpaste is not allowed in shoebox gifts due to custom regulations. Is Play-Doh okay to pack in a shoebox? Yes, Play-Doh can be included in your shoebox gift. Can compact mirrors go in a shoebox? And yes, compact mirrors can be included because if the glass shatters, it is contained. Can dice go in a shoebox gift? No, with or without a game, dice are not appropriate. The countries we ship to have asked us not to send them as they cause challenges in their communities. I know like McDonald's had like those like little mini board games that were included in their Happy Meals, and unfortunately in Canada you cannot put those into a shoebox because of the dice that's included. I know it kind of sucks, but you have to abide with what they say. Are matches allowed? Matches are not allowed in shoebox gifts due to shipping regulations. Now, to get onto the email that I sent them, I was just pretty much trying to ask a lot of clarification questions and some things that I've picked up within the community about some debatable items and such. So here we go. So I'm just going to start off with reading my question and then reading their response after. I heard recently that if a toothbrush is taken out of its original packaging, which may happen when you get a multi-pack, that it should be put inside a clear plastic bag even if it has a cap. Is that true? And their response was no, adding a clear plastic bag is not necessary when including a toothbrush. Placing a cap on the toothbrush is a valuable addition as it will help the receiver keep it clean, but it is not necessary. Placing the toothbrush in a plastic bag can also help keep it clean, but again, it is not necessary. So again, don't feel overwhelmed if you be packing toothbrushes without. I know it is like a little bit of a debatable thing. Don't feel any pressure if you haven't. For the sake of like keeping it clean, yeah, having a cap or putting in a bag is a good idea. So if you want to put in like a Ziploc bag or get like one of those cellophane bags off of Amazon, go right ahead, but don't feel pressure that you have to. I know it was like a little bit of a debate with my mom because I would be taking the toothbrushes out of their packaging because it fits better in the shoebox, and her mind was just about like the presentation and it doesn't look new anymore. But again, according to OCC, no pressure about that. It's up to your personal preference, essentially. Now, my next question was, is there anything that should absolutely be kept in its original packaging? For example, batteries. And their response was, there's no requirement to keep items in their original packaging. We suggest people take items out of the packaging for 2 reasons. One is that it creates more space in the shoebox, and 2, it reduces the waste that we are sending to the receiving countries. However, for some items such as batteries or more delicate items, keeping them in the packages might be a good idea. Should the tags be taken off of clothing? Similar to packaging, taking the tags off can help to reduce the amount of waste. However, tags are usually small, and often the clothing received in a shoebox may be the first time a child has received brand new clothing with tags on, so often they are left on for that reason. Sending soap has been a bit iffy on the US side. Are there any issues or concerns with continuing to send soap from Canada? There are no issues with sending hard bars of soap. Similar to the toothbrush, it is helpful to place the soap in a plastic bag or wrap it in a face cloth if it is out of its packaging to keep the other items in the shoebox free from the soap. Now, if you've watched Kayla Barretto's channel at all, she's a missionary in Colombia. She highly recommends putting soap in, say, a plastic Ziploc bag, just because that is the most common item she's noticed melt inside shoeboxes. So that is just one suggestion. But as for sending soap in Canada, go right ahead, keep including it in your shoeboxes. Now, on the website, it states that food containers shouldn't be used. Would you be able to clarify what kind of containers, like would a brand new Tupperware container be okay, or is it something more similar to the Altoids tins? The reference to food containers refers to any used containers, no matter how clean. Due to customs regulations, any food container, like an Altoids tin, could contain food residue and is therefore not accepted. Your example of a new Tupperware container is perfectly acceptable and a great addition to any shoebox. So along that, so say things like cookie tins, you can get like those nice big ones that are almost like the perfect size for a shoebox. Unfortunately, no, you cannot send those because they may contain food residue no matter how much you've cleaned it. Unfortunately, it's a no, and it could actually hold up the shipment. Are food-related items acceptable to send? For example, shirts with pineapples on them, stickers with fruit, play food, flavored lip balm. Yes, any of these items you mentioned above are great additions to a shoebox. They've got no issues with having those included, and it hasn't been an area of concern for the countries that they've sent the boxes to. Is powdered makeup okay to include for the 10 to 14-year-old girls? What about earrings? Yes, you can include powdered makeup in the shoebox for the older girls. It is best to look for items in hard protective cases and even add protection by placing them in a pair of socks, but any non-liquid makeup is acceptable. Also, earrings can be included. It isn't guaranteed that the girl receiving your shoebox will have pierced ears, but there may be a friend or relative that would be happy to receive the earrings. And I know another thing about earrings is they can actually be used as pins depending on the style of them, so there is that option too. Now, next up, I asked about this little wallet multi-tool a couple years ago. I was told it was okay to send. I decided to ask again just to make sure. And this time the response was no, this multi-tool includes a sharp blade-like end, so it would not be acceptable to put in. So unfortunately, sorry guys, if you've picked up one of these, my apologies, but double check with your local OCC office if you're outside of Canada, see if they're still acceptable. The one in Canada doesn't say it is anymore. Are gospel-related items fine to include in shoeboxes, like gospel tracts or books or toys with Bible verses, etc.? Yes, you can include gospel tracts or books you feel led to include. There are some countries that forbid these items from being included. Therefore, your shoebox would not go to one of those countries, but the items would not be removed from your shoebox. There is a special time of processing for countries who do not want to receive any religious items. It would be during a special processing time that shoeboxes with religious materials would be put aside to be sent elsewhere. Right now, there is no need for any special processing with the shoeboxes collected in Canada and for our receiving countries. So I thought that was a little interesting. I've never been to the processing center here in Canada before, so that was really interesting to hear. Any issues about items melting? So, for example, soap, glue sticks, wax crayons, lip balms. And their response was, generally there is not an issue with the items melting. The individual shoeboxes are packed into shipping cartons, which are then loaded onto larger carriers, insulating the items from extreme heat or cold. It's known that playing cards and dice are not good to send, but what about dominoes? Their response is dominoes would be fine to pack as long as they don't actually include dice. Also, on the top 100 shoebox items list, which is a fantastic resource by the way, I noticed it has porcelain items and razors listed. Are those really acceptable? A porcelain figurine is acceptable, but probably not recommended unless wrapped well in a face cloth or t-shirt. A plastic razor where the blade is encased is acceptable to include, a razor blade alone is not. Are rocks acceptable in shoeboxes? For example, painted rocks, small stones for game pieces, and the response is natural rocks are not appropriate for the shoeboxes. Even though they may be clean, there can be traces of mud, soil, etc. on them, and therefore do not pass easily through customs and can hold up the whole shipment. It is for this reason rocks will be removed. So that's the end of my questions. A few other things that I want to draw attention to, just from experience, is money is not okay to send in your shoeboxes, real money or play money. You can put your donation in the box, but make sure it is on top and in one of maybe the official envelopes. It's also best it's also kind of best if you make your donation online before you go drop off your shoebox instead of tucking it inside. And in regards to liquids, now again, liquids, the reason why they don't allow those is because of customs regulations, which sucks because even the travel size that you're allowed to take on a plane can't be shipped. But those rulers with the little bubble level, those are okay. There is so little liquid in them that if it breaks, it's not an issue. So I know this is a little bit of a long video today and it's chock full of information, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a little something, and yeah, and I hope this helps you in your shoebox packing for this year. So, like usual, have yourselves a good day. Thanks for joining me. Happy shoeboxing and stay blessed. Bye.